Hey kindergartners, today during math we're going to talk about measuring. We've practiced a lot of measuring at school. One of the things we've talked about is the things that you can measure about any given object. We've talked about measuring length, how long or short something is. We've talked about weight, how heavy or light something is. And we've talked about capacity, how much or how little a certain container can hold. Today we're going to talk about length, and the first thing we're going to do is to compare some lengths. So in order to compare the length of certain items, I've grabbed a couple things from my house to help us compare. I got a spoon from my kitchen and a lime, and this is a game called Hanabi, which I really like to play. So the first thing I'm going to do is put them in order of length. I don't need to know how long they are in order to see that this lime is definitely shorter than Hanabi, and the spoon is definitely the longest. So I've lined them up in order. The lime is the shortest, Hanabi is longer than the lime, but shorter than the spoon, and the spoon is the longest. You might gather some things in your house and practice putting them in order of length, shortest to longest. You might also practice using those math words like shorter, longer, shortest, longest, and length. Another way I can practice measuring is with a unit of measurement. That means I have to have a lot of something that are all the same length. So I looked around my house and I found this pasta, and I know that these pasta pieces are all the same length. And I'll prove that to you. I'll just show them all lined up. So all of these pasta pieces are the same length. So this would be a great unit for me to use to measure things. I'm going to start with this spoon and try to see how many pasta pieces this spoon will need to complete its length. Maybe you have a prediction. You could whisper right now. What is your prediction? How many pasta pieces do you think this spoon will be? Okay, let's find out. 1, 2, you can count with me. 3, 4, 5. I don't think I can add any more pasta pieces, so I think this spoon is 5 units long. 5 pasta pieces long. Let me try another object. Let's get my lime again. Here's my lime. Let's see how many pasta pieces the lime is. How long will the lime be? You can make a prediction right now. Whisper to your hand. How many pasta pieces do you think this lime will be? All right, let's count together. 1, 2, I think 2 is too many. It might be just a little bit longer than 1 pasta piece, but I think it's closest to 1 pasta piece. So my spoon was 5, my lime was 1. Let's measure my game. Hanabi. Again, make a prediction. How many do you think Hanabi will be? Let's count how many units together. Ready, set, count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I don't think I have enough space for 4. Hanabi is a little bit longer than 3 pieces, but probably not all the way to 4. I think it's closer to 3. So my spoon was 5, my lime was 1, and Hanabi was 3 units long. Good mathematicians also record their thinking, so we're going to practice recording our measurements. The first thing I measured was my spoon, so I'm going to draw a little spoon here and write spoon. Sound that out with me. Spoon. My spoon was 5 units long, so I'm going to write equals 5. Then I measured Hanabi. Here's my Hanabi game, and I'm looking at the box to help me write that word. It's H-A-N-A-B-I, and Hanabi was 3 units long, so I'm going to write equals 3. Then I measured my lime. My lime kind of looks like this. Lime. Sound that out with me. Oh, and I remember in order to make that I say its own name, I can add a secret E at the end. That E will give all its power to the I so that I can say I. Lime. My lime was only 1 unit long, so I'm going to write equals 1. Today, when you gather some objects and you compare them and then you use a unit to measure them, you could also record your thinking and post a picture or a video of you doing that so that we can see your thinking. Thanks for doing math with me today.